I cheated and lost it all. Welcome to r/cheating_stories, where people share their experiences with cheating. Girlfriend of 7 years cheated on me with a cashier she barely knows. First of all, this is my first post on Reddit, and second, I'm sorry for my bad English. It's been a while since I've practiced. Thank you Google Translator. Starting with the story, I had a girlfriend for 7 years. Let's call her Jenny. So I've known her since I was 13. She used to be my best friend, and at 16 we were already dating. The relationship had many problems from the beginning. Jenny was jealous, possessive and very explosive. Of course I'm not perfect either, so every time there was a problem I tried to fix it, and problem by problem we were improving, or so I thought. I finished high school and entered university, medical school. She continued in high school for a couple of years because she was not good at school, but she finally managed to finish it. While I have been in medical school, she has had many jobs. One day Jenny went to work in a department store. The salary was not very good, but she had started to study a degree, which I also helped her pay, and the job did not require a lot of time, so it worked for us. I took it from work to school and vice versa, as she always had problems due to her jealousy, and added to the little time we had to see each other. The relationship went through a difficult stage, although we talked about it and fixed it. A month after those problems I began to notice that she was behaving strange. She had cheated on me before, in high school, so I knew how to recognize the signs. I asked her what was happening, and although at first she did not want to say anything, she confessed that she had kissed with a guy from his work, a friend. She had made fun of herself because the guy didn't even finish high school. He shortened, in his own words, is quite ugly. Besides, from the first day he started flirting with her. At the time, I even defended him and told her that it was rude to make fun of him like that. I spoke with her and I told her that it did not seem fair, especially because it was not the first time that she did it. Added to the fact that she confessed everything while she laughed, as if it were funny. In short, I told her that she should think well about what happened and that we needed a little break. She told me that she was very sorry and that there was nothing to think about, that she only loved me, and that anyway the guy was no longer working there by the time I found out. I told her that anyway, if that was true, we should strive and work to return before we were dating again. She agreed and told me that she would do everything possible to repair it. After a few months of trying, it seemed that we were improving seriously, but suddenly she began to be indifferent to everything. I thought she just needed space or had some other concern because she didn't like her career too much. But everything was revealed when I had a family problem. I really needed to talk to someone. She kept saying that she loved me, but she no longer answered me. She only sent me one message at night and another during the day, and I saw that all the time was online, but she avoided me. This continued until my family problem became much bigger, and she blocked me all of a sudden. When I confronted her, she only said that she did not have time and her work kept her busy. To confront her, I had to go to see her at work to get an hour of her time to talk, with which I did not get anything. It was not until later that she confessed to me that she was seeing the same guy with whom she had kissed, and that is why she simply decided to start ignoring me. After all this, I decided to take it as best I could and tell her that it was fine to continue on her way and I mine. But a few weeks later she began to call me constantly and send me messages saying that she was sorry and that she wanted to be with me and fixed everything again. And of course I believed her again. So I told her that this time she will make sure that it is what she wanted, and she told me it was. She even left work from that place and promised me that if gave another chance it would be better than ever. She also changed careers, and since he had no money to pay, I paid for her school enrollment. I also bought her everything he needed to start his new career. It seemed that everything was going well. In fact, it was going so well that she asked me to be her boyfriend again and I accepted. This happened on my birthday. Sorry for doing this so long, but this is the most important part. Some time ago I had lent her a tablet for her career as it would be useful for work. Sometime later we realized that that specific model was not useful. Fortunately I had 2 tablets, so we decided that she would return the one I had loaned her and I would give her the other. One day I had no battery in my cell phone and due to my laziness I didn't want to connect the charger to watch a YouTube video. Luckily my tablet was nearby, so it was easy to take it and watch the video there. I hadn't used it for days since she gave it back to me, so I had her custom wallpapers and other things, so I decided to enter my gallery to personalize it again to my liking. My surprise was that while I was going down the gallery I began to see photos of her, like the typical ones that she uploads to Facebook. Apparently her account had been synchronized with my tablet, so all the photos she had on that cell phone appeared on my tablet and mixed with mine. I just went down a bit when, without realizing it, very explicit photos of her began to appear, totally naked, and obviously some that were not for me. There was not only that, they were next to photos of motels and screenshots of conversations with him. That's where I realized everything. The photos even came with the date and time, and I realized that those photos were all from this last time we fixed things, and just when she asked me to pay for her school, I would buy her some new glasses, will take her to job interviews and more. When I confronted her, she tried to lie to myself, but there was no way, so I told her that I didn't want to have anything to do with her. After, apart from feeling worse than ever in my life, I wanted to delete her account from my tablet so I wouldn't see anything else of her. My surprise was that the history she had was preserved, and the history of his last searches was about things like, how do I know if I have an STD? How long should I wait to know if I have an STD? What diseases are transmitted by oral sex, and some worse than that. So I realized that she hardly knew the guy she had sex with, and in fact she met him mostly through messages, since she worked in another area. All these searches about STD, they made me feel dirty, worried and sick, even after getting tested for many diseases and verifying that I was clean. I felt bad for a long time. She spent months insisting that I give her another chance, and in fact I told her that if she proved to me that she was honest and tried hard it could be. We spent months like this, but she kept talking to him. Her best friend, who has always spoken badly about her behind her back, gave her away every time and told me all the lies she told me even without asking. Months went by like this until I got fed up and told her that none of this made any sense. Currently I don't speak with her or with her friend. As far as I know she continues to talk to that guy, who by the way, is also everything she said she hated. Oh, and I forgot to mention, the guy is older than her, I'm younger, is married and has kids. I think these are important details. Thanks for reading. It feels good to tell this. We have many friends in common, so I could never tell anyone everything that happened, since that would bring her a lot of problems. I cheated and lost it all. Please read and learn from my mistakes. Throwaway account. I'm a 25-year-old male who was with a wonderful woman for almost 2 years. Midway into the relationship my fetish for trans porn got the best of me, and I started looking up trans escorts. Long story short, I slept with them trying to explore what I thought was a fetish of mine, but a disappointment. I'm not going to go into detail about why I didn't like it, but I felt disgusting and very angry at myself. Only problem was I was in denial about it, like it's not this bad. There's got to be more to this than that, right? Which prompted me to cheat 3 more times. Later on we broke up for a dumb reason I won't disclose, but we got back together a week and a half later. When we did, I looked upon myself to stop indulging in my old sexual habits and try to focus on the relationship. A while later I have a best friend I talk to, guy, who I tell everything. I basically was telling him that I was feeling like I was slowly going back to my old habits because I was on those escort sites, not actually inquiring, but just looking and wondering. I told him this because I wanted for him to basically serve me a slice of humble pie, and he did, cause he did his fair share of shit. I told him thank you, and I needed to hear this. Keep this in mind. This is important. Maybe 2 or 3 days later I was hanging out with my ex, and it was a great day and we were having a great time. We planned on watching some movies on Netflix the next day when I came back, so what I did was I left my laptop at her place. As you can guess, she looked through my messages with my homeboy and read every explicit detail. Once she did, she called me to her place, where I had no choice but to lay everything onto her, and I did. Contrary to what some may say, I did have feelings for this girl, because I felt like not only could I be myself around her, but myself was appreciated, and I appreciated that. I cheated because I was horny for something I found out I didn't even like, which looking back, yes, I regret all of it. The moral of my story, and I know I'm young, but still a fuck up is still a fuck up, is that if you have someone who you can be 100% yourself around, and the qualms of the relationship is so minor that you are just petty for being mad, don't even look another way. You cherish that relationship. If anyone here is reading this who's thinking about cheating on a great partner or already has, but is looking for something to tell them to stop and look at themselves, use my story to give you guidance, because I'm going to go the rest of my life with yet another regret about something so trivial. Caught my boyfriend cheating online with other women. So my boyfriend has been living with me since February of last year. He still had his apartment, but for a while I didn't say anything or require him to pay rent, just help me with the electric bill at least. I cooked, cleaned, did everything for this boy. I'm a single mother of one and have a demanding job. I did my best to make time for him and sexually did my part. In the middle of last year I caught him using Tinder. He lied at first but then fessed up to it. He was really remorseful and said he wouldn't do it again. He said he only used it to jerk off to, that he only looked at pictures, which pissed me off, because I was always there ready for him. Then a week ago I found out that he was on Kik. I wasn't sure what the app was for, because I'm not in tune with all these social apps. He was uninstalling and reinstalling the app, so I wouldn't find out. I asked him if he was starting up again, like he did with Tinder. He lied and asked me what I was talking about. Then I got specific and asked about the Kik app that he kept reinstalling and uninstalling. He looked like a deer in headlights. He admitted that he was talking to people and used it for jerking off. I think I know the answer, but am I overreacting? To me it feels like cheating. I'm heartbroken and feel so stupid and asked God a million times what's wrong with me. What did I do wrong? I gave him the best version of myself and was completely dedicated. I don't think I can trust him. Besides the cheating, he was doing everything right. He paid attention to me, was good with my kid. Do I look past it and try to fix it, or let it go? My boyfriend cheated on me during quarantine in April of last year while we are in the middle of lockdown. I, 26F, found out that my boyfriend, 27 meters, of 2 years was cheating on me for over a month with a local girl he met through Tinder. They have never met obviously due to COVID, but reading the messages between them was so disgusting and heartbreaking. It felt like I didn't know him at all. I only found out because I had to borrow his phone because mine died and I needed to make an important call. While I was reading the messages, I felt my stomach turn. I became dizzy, and worse, I suddenly felt a piercing pain through my heart. I felt as if my life was being shattered in front of me, and I couldn't do anything but watch. I have never felt anything like that in my life, and I didn't know what to do. I was angry, sad, broken, hurt, betrayed. I felt everything at once. I couldn't believe what was happening to me. I took screenshots and sent them to my phone. When I came home an hour later, the first thing I asked him when I opened the door was, "Do you still love me?" in a very sweet tone, pretending to be sweet and shit, and he was like, "Of course, baby, more than anything in this world." So then I responded to him by saying, "Then why the fuck are you cheating on me?" His face turned white, and he was denying it for the first 10 seconds. Then when I told him I read everything, he was speechless. He was apologizing profusely. I broke up with him after that conversation. The thing is, this was during lockdown, and we lived together somewhere in Asia. We couldn't go anywhere. Hotels were closed. Going to our friends' houses was impossible. We were stuck with each other. It was the worst time of my life. I told him we could stay in our flat until the restrictions are lifted, and then he can move out. He agreed. By the way, it was his birthday the day after I found out he was cheating on me. And of course, as his girlfriend, I ordered food and little decorations to celebrate his birthday weeks prior. I decided not to cancel everything I've ordered and went through the whole birthday celebration as planned. It was almost perfect, except we were broken up. The reason I didn't cancel it was to show him how much he doesn't deserve me. I treated him nicely, with respect, for his birthday. 2 things that he didn't give me. Before all the food came, he told me that I didn't have to do it, that we could just cancel everything. I said no, because we already paid for it. but the real reason was that I just wanted him to see what he lost. A girlfriend who cares about him and would do everything to make him happy. At night, his mum called him and he told his mum about the little celebration I've arranged for him. His mum said, "I'm so happy that you have Sarah, not my real name, there with you. You are so lucky to have her." That's when he broke down crying. He realized what he had lost. And for what? For nudes. To feel special? To try something different? That's when he said that cheating wasn't worth it. I just looked at him and walked away. He broke me, but he also destroyed himself in the process. It might take me a while to be able to trust again, but I know that I have done nothing wrong, and I gave our relationship everything I could. Advice for when you catch someone cheating. I, 37 meters, caught my ex, 30F, cheating 6 months ago. This is my advice with the benefit of hindsight. I should probably say before I begin that I have no background in psychology. My thoughts on this subject carry no more weight than anyone else's. This is just my own personal take on it after having experienced it myself. Do not react when you first find out. Give yourself time to think on it. Your first reaction will probably be a bad one. You need time to process your emotions before you can decide on your best course of action. The more time you give yourself, the better. This is not easy. I would compare this to trying to carry on a polite conversation with someone while someone else is twisting a knife in your back. Personally, I was not married. No joint accounts. No kids together. So I didn't have to worry about lawyers or anything along those lines. If that is your case, get proof before confronting. Save phone data, emails, whatever you got. Hire a PI if able and necessary. Don't air your dirty laundry out in public. You will want to seek advice, help, and guidance from friends. You may want to tell everyone in order to shame the other person. Do not do this. If you need to talk to someone about it, a therapist is probably best. If you cannot see a therapist, maybe talk to a close confidant you can trust to respect your privacy. As time goes by, you will not want your family, friends, and community knowing all the dirty details of your life. When people ask why you broke up, be vague. Say you were just not compatible. Say nice things about them. This may get back to them. They will have to carry the burden of their lies with them. They will have to perpetuate their lies and will never be able to righteously say anything bad about you. You will have acted with honor and integrity through the end. People will respect you for it. Understand that the person you are with is not who you think they are. This one took me a long time. You will want to continue to see yourself as the kind, loving person you fell for. Unfortunately, that is not who they are. They do not care about you the way you care about them. They are selfish and lack empathy. They will lie to you and manipulate you to think of them the way you used to. They will do this for their own selfish reasons. Because they love the validation you give them. Not because they love you. They don't. They love themselves. Don't be fooled. You are worth more. You will do better. Whatever qualities you see in your now ex, they do not compensate for their faults. There are other people in the world with the same qualities that can also carry on a healthy, respectful relationship. You can and will find one of these people. The sooner you get over your ex and move on, the sooner this will happen. They will do it again. This is their go-to when things are not going their way. They will have reasons, excuses, explanations. These are all BS. The only truth here is you just found out how they react to adversity. Whether they were not feeling loved, not getting enough affection, needing validation, confused, having psychological issues, drunk, etc., etc. Whatever you do, they will feel this way again someday in the future. And they will react the same way as well. This is a sad truth to come to terms with. Sorry. Do not focus on revenge. It will not help you much. Focus on you, not on them. They are not worth your time. You are. The affection, the care, the value you placed on them, you need to give to yourself. The world is a mirror. Did you see them as a good person? That is because you are good. Did they not value you? They probably don't value much. Did they focus on your faults? This is because they need to feel better about their own faults. I personally believe working on yourself and caring for yourself is the best thing you can do here. I know I said not to focus on revenge, but I firmly believe the best way to get back at this person is to be kind. I know it might sound crazy, but hear me out. Be kind, compassionate, and keep a cool head. Tell them nice things. Tell them you see the best in them. That you will always care for them. That they are wonderful and deserve love. Say how sorry you are that it cannot be with you. Then move on with your life and take everyone's best advice. Concentrate on living your life to its best potential. Years from now, when they look back, they will remember the caring, loving person you are. They will not have a memory of you being a horrible, angry person. If they find you in person or through social media, they will see you succeeding. There is no way they will be able to think anything other than they made the biggest mistake of their lives. Which they did. Take it from me. You deserve better. You are better. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing. Have an amazing day.